Your commencement speaker today is Julie Larson-Green, Western Washington University class of 1986 in business administration. Ms. Larson-Green has spent more than 2 decades at Microsoft, where she is known as a pioneer in user-driven software design, leading teams that have transformed Microsoft Office and the Windows operating system. She is now the Chief Experience Officer in Microsoft's Applications and Services Group. Her team is responsible for getting our myriad technological devices to work together seamlessly, allowing us to focus more on the tasks and opportunities on hand and less on the technology. Earlier this year, the Anita Borg Institute gave Ms. Larson-Green a 2015 Women of Vision Leadership Award, citing her remarkable ability to unify leaders and teams in a single mission. And in 2008, she received the Microsoft Technical Community Network Outstanding Technical Leadership Award for her work leading the transformation of Microsoft Office. Ms. Larson-Green grew up in Maple Falls, a small town on the way to Mount Baker, or maybe from Mount Baker, depending on the direction you're going. And she first learned about tech support by working in Western's computer labs in the 1980s. A self-taught coder, she went on to earn a master's degree in software engineering at Seattle University. In addition to her work at Microsoft, Ms. Larson-Green is an active supporter of Western. A former member of the Western Foundation Board of Directors, she was the keynote speaker at Western's Leadership Forum in Seattle last May. Please join me in welcoming a distinguished graduate and friend of Western Washington University, Julie Larson-Green.
Thank you, President Bruce. It is such a wonderful and humbling experience to be here. It's also pretty darn ironic because I didn't really think I was a very good college student. I was interested in computers, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do about anything else. In fact, did I say I was getting a business degree? So clearly I didn't have much of a plan. I didn't really think I would ever be up here giving you advice about your life. I was just focused on getting out, and I wasn't even really planning on coming back. So, but now, looking back, I realized that I learned quite a lot. I do have some advice to give you today, and during my time at Western, I changed and grew and built the foundation for doing well in both my personal and professional life. Meeting new people, taking on new challenges, those classes that you thought you should ace but you didn't, gave me taking on the challenges and the things that I didn't really know if I could do them or not, and just trying and getting it done and moving forward. Those are things that set me up in ways that I could never imagine. And I do come back to Bellingham a lot, and I love it here. I'm back at Western today both as a proud alumnus and an extremely proud mom. My daughter, Caitlin Larson, is graduating with you today. Katie comes from an impressive legacy of Western alums. Me, her dad, her stepdad, grandparents, and even a great-grandfather all have Western in their blood. We're such great repeat customers that you'd think we'd get one of those punch cards like at the fob place across from Hagen's, and we get the 10th one free. And so in a few years, I might ask for that as my son decides to follow in the family footsteps. So as a mother, I do want to remind you of the importance of friends and family, not only in how they helped shape you, but in how they will remain there as your solid support structure for years to come. They are your cheerleaders and your shoulders to cry on. They challenge you and they love you. And Katie, I know you know this, but Mama loves you. It's pretty amazing that I get to speak to you publicly on one of the most important days of your life. This is a day that you have earned. It isn't a wedding or a birthday or some other rite of passage that we celebrate. It's an achievement that you made happen. And that's what we're here for today, celebrating the achievement of each of you with friends and family. So a big part of my job at Microsoft and at home is to give advice. Advice about life and advice about career. First off, in both work and life, be kind. As trite as it might sound, you really do need to treat people the way you want to be treated, no matter who they are. It's a remarkably small world, even in a company as big as Microsoft, and you never, ever know when that really annoying person in a meeting pops up again, and you'll be glad that you weren't compelled to put them in their place, because they're going to be the perfect person to help you with the challenge. Or maybe they'll be your boss. Or maybe you'll be their boss, which, believe me, it's much less awkward if you were kind. You can be strong, you can fight for your point of view, and you can lead without resorting to meanness. You can, through example, create an environment built on kindness where the people around you will thrive. I tell people when they need to choose between different jobs, one with great technology and one with great people, that I will always choose the one with great people. Technologies change, jobs change, roles change, but it's the people that you are with that define your experience every day. Great people who enjoy working together are the heart of great work. No one really goes it alone, and the moments of camaraderie and shared purpose are memorable and will fulfill you. So when working with others and living with others, it's essential to start from a shared understanding or a common view. So I'm a geek, and there's, I think, some geeks in the room with me today. So I'm going to explain it like this. Your brain is this powerful processor, and when you're in a group setting, you have a lot of parallel processors in the room with you. So it's really important that the inputs that are going into that processor are the same, are shared, so the output has the hope of being the same. Because conflict starts when each of us is working on our own inconsistent pieces of information. So I've broken down many barriers and gotten people to work together, thousands in fact, because I started with asking, what do you think? What do you know? And more importantly, what are you afraid of? And then being open to tell them what I'm afraid of has gotten really the conversation started. And as a new employee, you're the latest processor added to the group. Keep in mind that you bring your own point of view, your own information, and your own ideas to the work. Don't be shy. They hired you for your brains, so add what you know or even what you think you might know right away. You aren't expected to be an expert from day one, and that is really your advantage. You can see things with fresh eyes and open mind, and your opinions do matter. I work with a lot of college hires and interns, and they invariably ask me, what's the one thing, just the one thing that's going to make me super successful? Of course, I have to tell them there's more than one thing, but I try to make up for it by listing a few of those things. For starters, I tell them, you're going to be part of a team. So, what's the number one rule for being part of a team? Do what you say you're going to do. Not like you told mom that you brought the dishes down from the bedroom. Yeah, you didn't really do it, but you said you did it. No, on a team, you really have to do what you say you're going to do. You need to be reliable. You need to be someone the team can count on. It's super important that you aren't the person who is making the group fail because you didn't do that one thing you wanted to do. So if you are going to stop and promise, don't under-promise and over-deliver. Just promise and deliver. Everyone will be happier, including yourself. I also tell them that the corporate ladder is not a ladder that you climb up a rung at a time. In fact, if you focus on the ladder instead of the learning, you might not climb at all. It's unlikely that your career will be a simple, linear progression. You might need to make a lateral move or even a move down before you can make a move up. I've done this many times in my career, taken roles that seem like they're smaller because they're a smaller team, but the opportunity was big because I focused on what I could learn and what kind of impact I could have. So make your career choices by focusing on that, on what you will learn, not how you will get a title or a promotion, but on how you will grow. Learn as much as you can at every step of the way. By focusing on learning and your ability to have impact, the promotions and rewards will come your way with time and the hard one, patience. So I've always approached my career moves that way, and it's worked out. So always be your best self, But understand that not everyone's going to love you for it, and that's okay. You aren't challenging convention if everyone loves everything you do. Change is scary for most people, and if you aren't upsetting at least one person, then you're probably not making a real impact. And sometimes the hater's going to hate. And it's okay. Have the self-confidence to support your convictions, and remember, when you inevitably question yourself, because you will, that you can't rely on everyone else's opinion, but you can look to the people that you respect and the ones that know and love you best for advice. And even when you are true to yourself, there will be tough days, unwanted surprises, and things you can't plan for. These last 4, 5, or even 6 years at Western, it took me 6 years to graduate, have prepared you for those tough days. And so trust me on this one. I love when a resume from a Western student comes across my desk, because I know what you experienced here. I know that you're prepared, that you're survivors, and that in some cases you swam upstream. You're the wild salmon of the Northwest, not some coddled, overfed hatchery fish. And always, remember there's no such thing as work-life balance, because there's no such thing as work and then life. There's just life. There's only one life, and you don't have to have everything figured out up front. You just need to be deliberate. Deliberate with your time, deliberate with your attention, do put the phone down now and deliberate with your impact on the world. Don't let life just happen to you. Take control. I'm excited to celebrate with you and Katie. You're moving into one of the most exciting stages of life as college graduates. Now it's on to real jobs and being a grown-up. And I want you to know that none of this means changing who you are. It doesn't mean you need to put aside your independence, your rebellious instincts, your desire for change, to conform to a set of expectations that others have on how you should act and live. Embrace your freedom and be who you really are. You don't have to change how you dress. How many people wear high heels in a tech company? I do. How do you wear your hair, or what music you listen to? Last weekend I was at a Matt and Kim concert, dancing in the crowd, more like jumping in the crowd. So my advice is, it was fun. My advice is, if you want to dance, go for it. Do it if you feel like it and when you feel like it. Even if your 15-year-old son is rolling his eyes and begging you to stop. Dance like you don't care who's watching, because you shouldn't. And my last and probably most important piece of advice, that's also very unexpected for a mother, is run towards the danger. Take your hard-won skills and life lessons and find the next flame to stick your hand into. Don't do the thing you know you can ace. Take the more challenging road. Pursue the unknown. You will learn more, experience more, and live more by embracing the challenge. And remember, you're not alone in the journey. You can and should always reach out for help when needed. And truth be told, people generally love to help others, especially when asked nicely. So enjoy today. It will be over in a blink of an eye. So take the time to savor the moment, thank those that have helped you get to this point, and after today, take the skills you have honed here at Western, your passion for learning, seek out the scary opportunities, and conquer them. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Thank you, Julie.